Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin, and we're going to be looking at the fact that we've actually, in the short term, gotten rejected by the same level, more or less, that we got rejected by about a month ago. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So this is one of the possibilities. We talked about this possibility, I believe, on a live stream, or actually I think we spoke about it in a video, that if we do get rejected here, look for every YouTuber known to man to potentially talk about this more macro pattern, right? So, it wasn't that long ago where this was the pattern. Now we might be talking about this, right? Where it's a longer term pattern. I, of course, do not make any claims to know what will happen in the short term here, right? I do not know. What I can say, though, is if Bitcoin is able to, say, trend sideways in these areas, or even slightly go up, then I think alt season will continue. Okay, I think alt season is more likely to continue than not continue in that type of environment. Obviously, when Bitcoin goes down, if it does, then it will create knee-jerk reactions by altcoins. But as long as it's able to recover and ultimately continue to trend higher, or stay range bound, I should say, then I think alt season will likely continue. There's a decent chance it will continue for several more weeks. This is not financial advice. I reserve the right to be wrong. At any time, right? At any time, Bitcoin could decide to either dump or go into price discovery. And if either of those two things happen, then all bets are off on alt season, right? At that point, the dominance is going to say, to hell with this, and start going back up. Now, the key in terms of navigating this is trying to increase your Bitcoin percentage, in my opinion, if the idea is ultimately that this will happen. And to me, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm buying Bitcoin with USD. It could mean that you're converting alt gains to Bitcoin, right? And it doesn't have to be a lot, right? It could just be a little bit here, a little bit there. But if you're betting on these random altcoins and they're giving you like 10x gains or 100x gains, and you want to protect that wealth, one way you can try to do it is to put it either into fiat, like a stable coin, or convert it to Bitcoin. And the reason is because at some point the dominance will change. And when the dominance does change, whether it, if let's say the dominance decreases for a while and then breaks back out here for a while, it is during those times when the coins that went up, say like 100x, will ultimately lose the most likely. And so this is one way you can kind of protect that. It doesn't mean, like, I'm not like a maximalist of Bitcoin by any means. I do think it should be the majority of my portfolio, but it's a way to systematically protect against the wealth that you've created, right? You've made wealth for yourself, and you want to protect it. And I mean, obviously there's different strategies that you can go about doing this, right? I mean, imagine you're up 10x. You could convert, say, a nominal percentage, let's say X% to Bitcoin or to USD. And then if maybe it's up like 30x, you convert another Y% to Bitcoin or USD, so that you always reserve the right to continue seeing those gains on your pet project that you love following. But you also recognize that, at some point things are not going to be sustainable forever, and that Bitcoin will likely take the reins again. And we have to remember that Bitcoin dominance could go up, as I said before, in the event that it either breaks out or goes down. Okay, in either of these scenarios, the dominance of Bitcoin likely goes up, and therefore altcoins would likely bleed against Bitcoin. Now, if Bitcoin goes up, alts might not bleed against USD, which is going to be fine by most people's accounts. But if Bitcoin goes down, then alts will bleed against Bitcoin, just like they likely would if it went up, but they would also bleed against USD. So that's the reason why protecting by either going back to Bitcoin or to fiat, which still increases your Bitcoin percentage, right? Because if you're offloading some of the altcoins to fiat or stable coins, then your Bitcoin percentage should be increasing, right? Because you might not be buying more Bitcoin, but you're offloading some of your other positions. So those are a couple of different strategies. Now the fun part, or maybe the stressful part, is trying to recognize when, this trend will ultimately end. And because we simply do not know when it will end, we have to you have to be careful, and it could just mean you skim profits here and there, but you still want to reserve the right to see those altcoins continue to climb, because as I've said before, as long as Bitcoin is above the 20-week moving average and we're not dumping to the 20-week, and it's also not in price discovery mode above 42K, then alt season is more likely to continue than not continue. And so, if we did stay, say, in this range here and continue something like this, then it could converge, say, sometime in the middle of March. So we'll see. I mean, obviously, we're going to have to play this one step at a time. If Bitcoin breaks out here, then obviously we don't care about this anymore. Or if it goes down, then we don't care about this anymore either. But if we do see this pattern play out over the next several weeks, then it's going to be crunch time in the middle of March to see what happens, because also the dominance at that time is going to be getting to pretty low levels as well, that it hasn't been at in quite some time. If the dominance continues to decrease at the rate it has been going down, and you can see that it has been going down fairly systematically here. It's dropped from around 73.6% down to 61.99% over the span of say 5 or 6 weeks. So this is no joke. The dominance is going down. It can trend down for a while, but rest assured, the day of reckoning will come at some point in the next, if I had to guess, I would say probably in the next couple of months. The day of reckoning will happen. But until then, I wish everyone luck on your journeys in the crypto space. Just make sure you're responsible. If you want to know how I'm navigating the markets, make sure you check out the premium list in the description below, into thecryptoverse.com. But if you're looking to get access to the alt season sale, you need to find the special link in the description below. So check out that link. We'll leave it open for maybe 8 more days or so, and you'll get access to the risk dashboard, the Telegram alerts channel, the Telegram chat room, the premium videos, the premium reports, the whole 9 yards. A lot of useful information. A lot of people find a lot of value in it. You can always try it out for 1 month. If it's not your thing, you can peace out. But anyways, that'll wrap it up for the video. Make sure you subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. We have a Telegram channel if you're looking for a chat community. You can find that in the description below. That'll wrap it up this time. I'll see you later. Bye.